I'm David Boreanaz with the CASA SEAL team, and we have an important message for returning vets.
We want you to know if you're struggling to cope, there's help. It's just a phone call away.
The Veterans Crisis Line is staffed with experienced professionals who know your struggles.
We know there's no greater sacrifice than service to our country.
Your service is important. Your life is important.
For vets and their families, the Veterans Crisis Line is here to help. 24 hours a day. Please call.
Hello and welcome again to Oscar Mike Radio. My name is Travis. I'm your host. Oscar Mike Radio is part of the Hubazoo Network. You can find out more on hubazoo.com. I want to thank my sponsors, Joyce Asack of Asack Real Estate, Army National Guard veteran Mark Holmes of Reapers Detailing and Power Washing, and my supporters, all veteran-owned businesses, Caisson Shaving Company, Black Cat Designs, and Savage American Woodwork. Thank you so much. And we're in this stream, folks, of this week, 340 whatever, part 1, part 4, part 0. And I'm learning, I'm meeting people I've been talking with for the last year, and now is no exception. This is all part of the Rugged Warrior Coalition retreat run by Gina Alderman. And now we have on Juanita Terry to talk with us. Juanita, welcome. Welcome to Oscar Mike Radio.
Thank you. Thank you, and hello.
Well, hello to you. It's nice to meet you. I got acquainted with you through the anthologies that we did with Gina and Sheila Farr, and read your story about, your journey, and it was very inspiring. And I'm so happy to be talking with you right now.
Me too. I'm excited. And I'm also excited for the trip. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to doing the drumming and seeing what all we can get spiritual. And I'm so looking forward to it. It's
like amazing, man. It's like, I can't believe what all's going to happen. And I'm talking to one of the panelist participants. It's amazing. So if you would, though, kind of start us off with a little bit about, your military experience and transition.
Young, dumb kid, joined the service at, 23, stayed for about 5 years, fell in love, had 4 kids, got divorced, still got 4 kids. Joined the service again in 2000. Mom said don't, but I did anyways. Did National Guard that way for 12 years. Did 5 years of active duty in the 8 years there. So did a little bit of post office job, did a little bit of security, chief of security at a casino in Trinidad.
In Trinidad?
It's Trinidad, California. Everybody, when I say Trinidad, I have to repeat it. Say it's 27-minute drive from Eureka, where we live. It's not Trinidad. It's Eureka, California, Humboldt County.
Okay, all right.
Beautiful area right on the coast. It's gorgeous.
I see. I just remind how much I don't know.
Yeah,
I've been in Cali for a while, but okay.
Yeah, Humboldt State just now they're a Cal Poly. They said Humboldt State turned into a Cal Poly. And now I have to go and see what all that is. It's nice. It's a beautiful place.
Nice. So you do the National Guard. What'd you do in the National Guard?
The second time was MP. The first time when I was in active duty was a 6-day Bravo aircraft power plant repair, 58s and Hueys mostly.
Oh, yeah?
We started working on other ones, but then somebody came and said, no, you can't. You have to have another schooling. So I just stayed with 58s and Hueys. That was good enough. Then I got pregnant, so then I did the typing thing for a while.
And then you became an MP.
Put you in office.
You became an MP, Juanita? An MP?
Well, I was supposed to be an MP in 83 when I actually looked into it. They said, you're too short. 5'4". I couldn't be an MP. Go back and look and see. I remember this dude tell me, I'm too short. You have to pick something else. Okay. So I picked aircraft mechanic, because I have a mechanical background from my dad. He had a wrecking yard, so I'm a little grease monkey.
All right.
And then, so I wanted to be a cop ever since. So I had the, where was that? Red Bluff City helped put me through school so I could become a law enforcement officer. So I went through the first academy, tore my knee, didn't pass the PT, did the academy the second time, passed with honors. Was going to look at Tehama County as a full-timer because I did some part-time there with them for about 8 months. And it was like, no, this is not the place. So we went and moved over here to Eureka. And then when I got to Eureka, I got stuck with the casino, and it was just like, I'm just climbing the ladder. So why do I want to change? I'm getting paid more than a regular PD. Look, I'm going to stay here for a while. So that's where I'm at. And then single the whole time, went online, found my hubby. He does martial arts, been doing it for 48 years. What are you going to do? You're going to get into that. You're going to do that with him. So that's what I do with a lot of my time is look, try to read, learn, reread it, redo it, try to make it stick in your brain. So when you actually need it, it's there without thinking.
Well, that's how you do it, right? It becomes a natural thing. So back up here a little bit, just a little bit. How did you and Gina become connected? Each story is different from the women I talk with.
So there was a Facebook post on Facebook, and I was like, man, what the, okay, let me see, because everybody keeps telling me, dude, you need to write a book. So I started writing little sketches here and there, because I'm going to write the book. It's called The Reluctant Black Belt. It's also going to be my thesis as for a black belt. So it's kind of like I'm cheating because I'm only going to do one book for both things.
That's being efficient.
Okay, that's a good word for it. So I met her on that, and it's through talking to her and Sheila, their post, they draw you because you can tell they're spiritual. You can tell God loves them and they love God. You can tell that by talking to them. So I'm just waiting. I can't wait to meet them and then go from there. I'm like, oh. But I took the chance. I said, well, let me try to write this. So I wrote my little piece. I didn't give a lot of info. I just pretty much wrote down what happened for 2 days straight. And I just kind of puddled it all in that one day for the book. So, you have your up days, you have your down days. And that was an up day. That was a good day.
Well, the story, I'm reminded of the conversation I had with Stephanie about her story. And I read your story. And, one of the things that stood out to me was, martial arts and mixed martial arts and all that stuff. Jiu-jitsu has different things and whatever. But would it be a stretch to say that martial arts, the study of it, really gave you another life?
Yes, it changed me.
Yeah.
I could actually look in the mirror the day I remember going, whoa, wait a minute, check yourself, dude, you just did this, and this. Okay, you don't have to worry about that anymore because you have this now. And it's another confident builder, confident keeper, confident saver, what do you want to say, as confidence totally. From that day, I was like, wow. Just to sit and think about it, going, you don't have that feel of I'm here. You don't have that. That was a nice release, and I keep working towards that because you have these little backfires.
Yeah.
These come and hit you again. It's like, oh, and so I turn up the music loud, sit there and do katas, or just sit there and just repeatedly block. Or sometimes I just hold a stance and just let my mind go.
So tell me about that, because it comes through in your story where you're holding that pose, you're going through that kata, that exercise. And I got the sense that there's like you're in a different world almost.
Yes.
And everything slows down and you're in complete control of your breathing, your body, how you balance everything. What's that like?
It's happy. It's happy but you don't smile, but you're happy. It's a mood,
Really?
Yeah. It's if you've done breathing techniques and stuff, like sometimes you fight at the beginning until you finally learn how to do it, and then you're like, it's that moment. And you can feel your whole body just goes like light, limp. You're doing your thing, and you're doing it right, and it's going somewhere, but you're not moving. It's it puts you in a different state of mind. And then you just have to move from that spot, that space, to another space and to another space, and try to keep that when you're moving. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, there's a bad guy here. I got to go do this technique. There's a bad guy over here. I'm going to do this technique. Bad guy over here. I'm going to do this technique. That's what I'm telling my mind. But at the same time, I'm like, man, this is so calming, cool. This is relieving, refreshing.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of stuff. And at the same time, it's like, okay, guess what? You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to keep carrying something all the time to make sure that you are safe. You have yourself now. And not to mention too, I'm an A-type personality. I'll bite your head off. I will eat your lunch. And so the karate is brings me right back down, says, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that, which helps with competition, helps when you teach. Teaching's pretty easy. The competition's different. The competition scares the
So,
crap.
yeah. What is the difference between teaching someone and then going to compete in what you've taught? That's a very interesting.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I can sit there and teach the kids all day long, right? Or sensei say, go grab this and go do that. Okay, no problem, pull them off, do this. I don't get the stage right. Get in a competition and everything is shaking. My gut hurts. I'm twitching. Can't sit still. Want to choke. Yeah, it's bad. In fact, when I first started, they put me on stage in the middle, in the front and the top, not down where everybody else is, up top. And I ran off the stage twice. Not once, but twice. They put people at the end of the stage so I couldn't run off the stage anymore. I was like, hey, I was nervous. It was bad. It was bad.
But outside of competition, though, when you're at home or when you're in the dojo, it's a different place for you.
Yeah, it's my sanctuary.
How long?
We used to go to the beach. It's too wintry time. When we go to the beach, there's places you can go, and you could sit and listen to the water and the sand. And then you can do sticks, or you can just sit out there and do whatever he tells you to do. We haven't done that forever, but to do something like that in the areas, certain areas, it just makes the feeling more intense. Like when we go over to the park and it's nothing but these big, beautiful redwoods that are thousands of years old or whatever the heck they say they are. And you have the green and you have the browns and the reds, and you could just go and you can feel your whole body saying, I got this. This is nice. And the same fact is I can go and beat the shit out of that bag and I can still do the same thing. This is nice. So I don't know. I like it
you take that beach-like feeling wherever you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that wherever you go. My thing is when he'll do some stories. I say we're gonna go for a walk, or we're gonna go do whatever. He'll take us to a walk in our mind, and we're whatever. When we used to do Tai Chi, oh my gosh, my favorite was I'd get ice cream. I'm licking ice cream while I'm doing Tai Chi. They just said I couldn't, so I'm licking ice cream. In my mind, I'm having ice cream.
So this is interesting because I've talked to Inez Matarde about the quantum flow breathing. I'm going to be interested to see what happens when you combine what you do with what she does to build this new thing.
When I noticed when we were doing it and we had to sit, my body did not want to sit. I'm like, my body wanted to get up and move, and then I wanted to feel your guys' energy, and I kept wanting to do this to drag your guys' energy into me. And I was like, oh, this is kind of like Tai Chi, because if you pay attention, you go slow, you can feel the energy. You'll be able to feel the energy.
Are we truly energy-based beings? Or are we putting out different energy fields? I've been told that. I've been told that there are different. The chakras are real, and it's good to study them.
I just go by what I feel.
Go by what you feel.
If you can feel it, you can't explain it. There's something there. You can't explain it. I'm sorry. There's some kind of energy, something. Just like when you talk to God, when you're talking to Jesus, when you're doing something spiritual, and you get that flush and that cold, you're like, oh, hey, how's it going? Somebody's here. I can feel it. So, yeah, there's some kind of energy that I don't know what.
Are you a person of faith?
Yes, definitely. Most definitely. I try so hard to do good, but I also am a work in progress.
Well, we all are. We all are. It's just interesting to me that all of you that I talked to for this retreat, Gina, Inez and Stephanie, and yourself, your faith is a cornerstone of what you all do.
Yeah, it is. It's all my life. I tell everybody, watch what you ask for. God will give you what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for. You might get something you can't handle. Pay attention. We asked for a house. Now we got a house that we're sitting with all this extra work to do. We're going, can we do it? Can we do it? Be careful what you ask for. It's like, So we just say we're blessed. We're blessed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you've met Gina, you wrote your story. How did you get involved with this Rugged Warrior Coalition healing retreat?
I haven't got to meet her in person yet, but I've talked to her. We've done the thing we've been doing, and then we haven't done it like 3 weeks. And we go and we do breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So her with that, that's awesome. That's what I said. That's one of the souls that I want to go and meet.
Gotcha.
I want to go stand by her. Have you ever stood by somebody that was really religious? I don't know. It's a religious, not the freaking word. The word is they have a connection with the higher being. They have a connection with Jesus or God. Have you ever stood by somebody that's like that?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh man. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So I can have that. So when I wake up, I'm like, I want to walk on. I did that. I had it before, but it's been a while. It's been a while. And you walking on clouds. Nothing can touch you. Nothing makes you mad. You're just like, come here, let me help you. Come here, this is fine. This is good. That's good. You're a whole different person when you're like that. Different person.
We're going to be around people like that at this retreat, and different people are doing different things, and you have a very interesting class to present. I was curious if you'd talk about that and some of the aspects of the class you're teaching. And you've taught a lot of people.
Oh yes. Everybody has that sixth sense. Everybody has that gut. If you don't listen to that gut feeling, you're going to pay for that. So you have to pay attention to the little minute things around you. How many times did that dude walk by you? How many times is this? Is that car falling? There's a lot of little things. Oh, you're in a group. You make sure you take your girlfriend with you to the bathroom. Those little things. Talk to your kids. Ask them certain questions. Watch the body language. This might say one thing, but the body says a whole nother thing.
Sure.
Yeah, there's all the little different things. Same when you talk to women in the class and you're going through and you're saying certain things and you watch who twitches, who doesn't. And you're like, body changes. So you have to be careful and you courteous when you work with them because you don't want to trigger. It's so far, I haven't had anybody triggered in our classes. So far, nobody except for myself. That's when they get that choke. I allow them to work the choke around me. I have an issue with that. And I know I'm in a training facility. I know I'm working that. But some days it's not going to happen. Other days, choke me all you want. Then there's days, nope, get away. Not going to happen. Let's work kicks. So we have to work around that. There's days when I have to walk off the mat because I can't breathe. Those days are gone. No, I haven't had that. But then we don't have a big school either. But I haven't had that in a couple of years now. It's like, okay. So every time I don't have that, my mind says, you're doing better. You're getting better. You're getting better. You're getting better. That's how my mind thinks.
So you're gonna take that and present it at the retreat to these other women and kind of get their situational awareness increase and understand basic things they can do to protect themselves.
Yes. Especially, the malls are like gas stations, but especially the malls. Yeah, you got to watch what you're doing and where you're going. I had 3 daughters. It was a pain in the butt. We got to
You got 3 daughters?
I had 3 daughters and a son was the baby. So my daughters all made friends with football players. I told them boys, I'll feed you every day, all day long. Would you go and take care of my daughters? Them boys took care of my daughters so well. I was like, yes.
I have 3 sons, Juanita, so it's a different set of rules for me. But still, I don't know. You're a parent, right? You never quit worrying about them, do you?
No. I was sick to my stomach when son deployed and then the number 2 daughter deployed. I'm like, no, that was a rough couple of years. I'm like, no, send me instead of them.
I had that.
No babies.
Now, one of my sons almost joined the Marine Corps. One of them may, I don't know, but how is that? You know, because you know what's going to happen. You know what the score is, and they're doing it, and they're full of themselves, and they think that, you know, well, yeah, mom's just talking, but you did it, and now you're watching them do that. What was that like?
But I didn't deploy overseas to Iraq or Afghanistan where they did. Both of them are in supply. So they're like going, Mom, this is not that bad unless you get in the vehicle and have to go from point A to point B. My daughter was terrified. I was like, well, either it happens or it doesn't. Just get your shit from point A to point B. That's your job.
Yeah.
And she did fine. And he did fine. He did great. In fact, he wasn't supplied the first time he went. So it's like, okay. Yeah, he did good. A little rough. He's like, there's no food, Mom. I'm cold, I'm hungry for those few days. I was like, you made it. You're tough.
So I'm talking with Juanita, who is doing a class at Gina Alderman's Rugged Warrior Coalition retreat in Crystal River, Florida. It's been fantastic talking with all of them. And, you know, this whole aspect, I want to go back to the karate Kempo class thing you have going on with your husband. Because I'm just, you know, you get married, and like if someone likes pottery, you're not going to do pottery, but you just dove right in when you got married to him, right? I mean, was that true love, or what was that, Juanita?
I don't know, because I'm like, dude, was you in love with the karate or him at first? I was like, what the heck? Because he has these steel blue eyes. His eyes change color, but he has these steel blue eyes. I'm like, oh. And then when you watch him move, it's like, oh, dude, I can't.
You were just done.
Yes, to watch him move, it's you look at him, you're like, when he moves, you're going, that's effective. That shit's gonna hurt. When you watch somebody else that doesn't really know what they're doing, you go, okay, you need a little more work still. But you know what I'm saying? When you see that he's put his whole life into training, you can tell when you look at it, because it's sharp, it's crisp. I'm sorry, it's sexy in my eyes. I like everything about it. I like the grappling, I like the karate, I like the kickboxing. I don't care. I like it. I've always liked that. I wrestled when I was in high school.
Really?
They had to say, you're talking, what was this in 76, 77? You're 76, 77. I wanted to wrestle. They didn't do females wrestling, but they let us. It was fun. I loved it. It was great. I've always liked that
Do you
stuff.
think more women should be in, like, you know, mixed martial arts or combat sports?
Not just women. I think everybody should do some type of self-defense.
Why
It's
is that?
hard, and that's another thing. It's kind of hard because you have to pay attention to who's coming into your school to train. You know, if I say no, you're not training there. See you later. Bye. We don't teach felons. Certain people that come in, you can tell you're going to have a problem with them. You also have to watch for sexual predators for our children, even sexual predators that are children.
Wow.
So yeah, I always say everybody should learn some type of self-defense, something, anything.
Okay.
Male or female, because I got some male friends too. Dude, you need to learn some self-defense. You keep doing that, you're going to get in trouble.
I don't know. A lot of people write checks with their mouths that they can't cash.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Right?
Or touching, messing with somebody else's girl. Don't do that.
No, don't. So do you run this business with your husband?
Yes, I do.
Well,
What it is? It's my school. It's my business, right?
Oh, okay.
I teach. He oversees. When it comes to a point where I can't teach, then he comes in and teaches. When it comes to the adults class, the bigger classes, I'm a student. Then he's the instructor. Other than that, then he oversees me. So at 24/7, I'm being graded all the time. You didn't do that right. Do it this way. Okay. What else are you gonna say? Okay. At first, I'd say, I'm not doing that. That's not effective. It's not gonna work for me. I fought it the whole time. And every time I would always try to grab for my gun, he goes, you don't have a gun, now you're in karate.
What's it like working that closely with your husband, Juanita? I know some guys who can't spend more than 2 hours with their wife before each one of them are getting ready to kill each other.
No, it's totally easy. Once I hit the floor and that gi's on, he's got his gi on. It's no, dude. He's my senior. I gotta pay attention. If we're at home and we have our family students that we're playing or teaching, he'll give me a peck or a pat. But if we're in school, no, dude, you know, don't touch me, and I'm not gonna touch you, Sensei, and he'll call me Sensei Juanita. It's no different from being in the military. If your senior is your hubby, just so happens to be your hubby, hey.
But you all have worked out this part of your relationship where you can be husband and wife, flip a switch, and it's sensei and student.
Yeah, I had to work it out more than him. He had that stuff already down. I didn't. I'm like, I didn't have that down yet. I'm still going, no, you didn't tell me what to do. I had to get past that too.
Did you grow because of this? Because you went through the
totally.
Yeah.
Totally. You can look at my post even on Facebook and see the difference in what I post. As in, when it first started, beat, kill, yeah, to, oh, hey, you know what? You could do this and help somebody out.
All right.
Your mind changes. You're not being out there want to kill and beat up everything.
So next week you're going to be in Florida with Gina and Stephanie and Inez and you know the others coming, Kai, and you're going to be doing this retreat. What do you hope to get out of this retreat? You're putting in yourself and your training expertise, but what are you hoping to get out of this retreat?
Another spiritual enlightenment that's going to stay with me. For teaching them, somebody to remember one thing. Out of all the things we go through, and we'll go through them over and over again, and we'll do a couple things with the Kubaton and without. They need just to pick one thing that they're going to remember, and that would be something that they can utilize when they need. That would be awesome. And then, heaven forbid, nobody ever have to tell me how to use it. However, they have it. We had somebody come and tell us, yeah, they've had to use something, and I was like, wow, okay, cool, all right. It blew me away. And then afterwards, like, oh, dang, that's what they're doing this for, you dummy. You know, you don't think of it sometimes that way. You're just like, sometimes it's a job, Monday through Friday job.
Yeah.
I got to go to work. It's not teaching until you get in there, and maybe it's like, okay, now I'm back to the family. I can teach and draw them in and say, your mind, come here. You have to listen to it and do it this way. Do it this way. Do it that way.
Well, it's going to be very interesting to see. I think the thing that, you know, we were talking about this with Gina is every person like yourself is bringing something to the retreat, and every person is going to leave with something. And it's not like we're sitting there, you know, being talked to for 8 hours a day. We're going to be doing stuff. Or, for example, what do you think about seeing the manatees?
Dude, I'm going, wow. No, I'm not going to get to do that. Am I really? Oh, man. Nah. Okay. Nah, that's not really going to happen. I'm still playing that game going, wow, what the hey?
Well,
that's one of the things that I said, the spiritual part, because you're going to be in there swimming with something like that. It's like, wow. I'm looking forward to that.
all right.
I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, I think a lot of things, but I'm coming with this that, hey, you know what? These women met and did all these amazing things by themselves, and then wrote about these amazing things together. And now they're going to be together and have what you just said, a spiritual moment. And I'm thinking, you know, they're going to go back out into the world and bring that with them. And there's going to be some other woman out there that needs what you have or what you've learned, and she's going to be able to help somebody else. You see, this is a start. I'm very interested to see how it all works out.
Me too. I mean, I want to see the drumming thing. That's got my attention a lot. I looked it up a little bit, and I was like, I'm looking forward to that part, the drumming, and see
All right.
what releases, what goes bye-bye.
Well, how can people get a hold of or find Wentz's Kempo, karate, and kickboxing?
Yeah, just on Google, you can look it up, or Facebook. You just put in Kempo. Pretty much sometimes we pop up. Wentz's karate pops up. Wentz's Kempo pops up. I tried to get them all.
All right, no problem. I will have the links to all those and the Oscar Mike Radio web post. So if you're in Juanita's area, you can look it up and check out a class. Juanita, I want to thank you for coming on and sharing with me. I mean, I think that's the thing that I really enjoyed about our conversation is the spiritual aspect and how you've used karate to kind of, find your center and then being able to share what you've learned with other people.
Yep. That was one of the things that drew me to the women. It was the spiritual part. I'm like, okay, let me go out. I'm reaching out. Let me reach out and see what I get. Wow. I got Gina. I got Gina. I'm a Gina person.
Awesome.
Can't wait to meet her.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking with me. I look forward to meeting you and seeing what you present. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. And as we say in Oscar Mike Radio, we are mission in flight. Thanks again.
Join us on National Wreaths Across America Day, December 16th, 2023. Each December on National Wreaths Across America Day, our mission to remember, honor, and teach is carried out by coordinating wreath-laying ceremonies at Arlington National Cemetery, as well as more than 3,700 additional locations in all 50 states, at sea and abroad. Join us by sponsoring a veteran's wreath at a cemetery near you, volunteering, or donating to a local sponsor group.
Thank you for listening and watching Oscar Mike Radio, where our active duty service members and veterans are in action and the mission is in flight. If you are a veteran or know a veteran who needs help, please dial 998 and press 1 for the Veterans Crisis Line.